Good evening to all of you. Welcome to Legal Matters by Sai Babu Sankara. In this video, we are going to discuss the human rights of the refugees. Recently, Calcutta High Court, Honorable Single Justice Mausmi Bhattacharya ji, she restrained the Union of India from deporting 4 ROHINGYAS to Myanmar since they are not interested. Of course, the matter is posted to August 10th to take a decision regarding the deportation. Right? So they are refugees. Now we have to discuss the refugees' rights. Right? Justice Mausmi Bhattacharya ji in the case of Fatema Begum and others versus Union of India in WP Writ Appeal number 1609 by 2022, dated 4/8/2022, Calcutta High Court restrained the Union of India from deporting 4 refugee women to Myanmar till August 10th. Of course, in the meantime, the High Court also directed that they should be provided with facilities that are commensurate with the right to live or commensurate to their right to live with dignity. So this is important. A right to live with dignity, what Geneva Convention says, what United Nations High Commission of Refugees says. So normally, Refugees Convention, I told you that they will be given the protection against non-refoulement. But at the same time, they should be treated with a dignity. There should not be any inhuman treatment regarding the refugees. Of course, friends, you know the difference between a refugee, a migrant, and an asylum seeker, and as well as a stateless person. When the time comes, I will explain in detail about these categories of persons. Normally, you will be mistaken for a refugee and also an asylum seeker as well as a migrant. Right? Here, only a refugee. Who are the refugees? Refugees, the persons whose rights have been violated in other countries, and therefore they fly or they flock in the borders of the other countries, seeking asylum, seeking protection, so many things. Right? So they may choose any way they like. వాళ్ళు ఏదో సందు గొంతు చూసుకొని మన దేశంలోకి లేదా ఏదో దేశంలోకి వచ్చేస్తుంటారు, జస్ట్ లైక్ అవర్ చెక్మాస్, హజాంగ్స్ అండ్ refugees. So normally when once our country finds them without any required documents or persons without having any required document to stay in India, normally they will be arrested under the Foreigners Act and they will be deported as per the procedure. Likewise, these 4 women, Fatema Begum and others, they have been arrested and they are actually they are jailed in Dum Dum Correctional Home. Now they are actually, yes, they were serving the detention period in the Dum Dum that is correctional home from 27/2019, almost 1 year 1 month. Right, 1 year is completed. Now they received oral information that they are going to be deported to Myanmar. So when they received this information, they have consulted their advocate through the jail authorities and ultimately filed a writ petition. Since they came to know that they are going to be deputed or deported on 5th August 2022. Since the matter is urgent, immediately they filed a writ appeal before the Honorable High Court of this is Calcutta. Right? But the procedure will be there. The High Court gave a notice to the Government of India, and on behalf of the Government of India, the government pleader says that he did not receive any instructions that these people are going to be deported. It's only oral communication to them. It's only a rumor. It's not correct. But whatever it is, the matter is posted to August 10th. Right? So in this connection, please remember UDHR Article number 5. Nobody should be subjected to degrading or inhuman treatment. So that right should be protected. This is what the Calcutta High Court has done. Moreover, Please refer to Article 7 of the ICCPR. ICCPR means International Convention on the Civil and Political Rights. So Article 7 says right to be treated with dignity. And Article 27 says the protection of the minorities' rights. Here you can take them as minorities. As already I told you that they are refugees. So refugees are there is actually an organization called UNHCR, United Nations this High Commission for the Refugees. So normally they look into the violations of the so-called human rights violations of so-called refugees. Actually, India is a signatory to the Refugee Convention. So the main part is non-refoulement. That's more important. So without their willingness, they cannot be deported. This is the problem. Yes, non-refoulement. So India has signed that. So if anybody is found in India, without his consent, we cannot send him back to his own country. And of course, they have got a right to seek asylum. You may be knowing, asylum means political shelter. That too, only political purpose. And please remember Article 21, right to life and liberty, it applies to all. It applies to these refugees also. In this connection, I want to take you to the attention of the case of A.C. Muhammad Siddiq. A.C. Muhammad Siddiq versus Government of India and others, wherein the Madras High Court expressed its unwillingness to let Sri Lankan refugees to be forced to return without their will or against their will. So please remember, right against refoulement, when the topic comes, we will discuss in detail. But here, what I want to tell you is, so the Calcutta High Court came to the rescue of the refugees who do not want to go back to Myanmar. So once again, read the definition of refugee. Who is a refugee? Refugee is a person whose human rights have been violated, who has no protection in his native country. Therefore, he wanted to take shelter in the other country as a refugee. So without his consent, you cannot force him back. Deportation, of course, there are certain conditions where the deportation will be necessary. Suppose if he is involved in a case, we can't keep him in our country. Definitely he can be sent back to the so-called your country. In India, normally we will be coming across with Pakistani people and Bangladesh very less, and this Sri Lankan, particularly the so-called fishermen. So in Visakhapatnam, when I was working as ACP, so we had a tough time with the Sri Lankan fishermen who actually were caught in the high seas in Bay of Bengal. So they have to be kept for one month or so in Vizag Port Police Station, and when the deportation process has to be completed, it has to be so much of formalities will be there. 1 month, then we have to arrange a bus for them all the way from Visakhapatnam to Madras. And when they went away, we feel happy. In the meantime, since they are heavy in number, they may try to escape. So therefore, we arranged some cultural programs for them, and we brought the local Tamilian people to them, and they used to interact with these people. So that's so many things we have done. So whatever it is, please remember the rights of the refugees have been considered by the court. Here, the High Court of Calcutta, and they have asked or they have restrained the Union of India to deport them, and the matter is posted to August 10th. Let us see what will happen on August 10th. Thank you very much.